Hello all, this is ITSL 2122, organised by the ITSL Hunter. I am playing Matt, who I've not played for a while. I think the last time was when we had the streamed game. I'm USSR, so this isn't a shabby opening hand, right? 3 of the 4-op cards. It's a shame that obviously 2 of them give something back, but we can bear all that in mind. We can do the boring US-Japan into Korea if we need to. Matt hasn't joined us yet because he set the game up 5 minutes early, so we can stick around a little while before he joins. Yeah, 4-4-1 in Austria is fine for me. And I'll plug me hand in while I wait for Matt to say hello. Remain education, we've got 3 of the 4-op cards, which is nice. And NATO will be a freebie. So I guess SocGov is the obvious headline. SocGov, NATO coup of Italy. Korean War, Vietnam revolts. Yeah, the other option is Vietnam revolts, but SocGov is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. Okay, 4-4-1. Yep. Good bottle. I usually do. Typos everywhere. God, Sunday morning. Cannot type for toffee. So yeah, if we get defected, that's a shame. If we get purged, that's annoying. But otherwise, things will be what they'll be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Suggests defectors, right? 433. Because they must know the impact of a socialist government's headline here. But we'll go for it. And I'll still go for Italy. DEFCON's 5, turn 1, biggest swing, especially not holding de Gaulle or Suez. Got to be worth a try. And it's a 2/3 chance of the 4-up card, right? 3 or better. So go away. Are you gonna? That's the question. NORAD. Sassafras. Unusual. Does that mean that Matt had no other decent headline? So, we will take one out of Italy. We can take one out of Canada just to make it that much harder for them to get to NORAD. The West Germany is not much help. And then we'll NATO coup Italy. Oh, by the skin of our teeth. Oh, Europe scoring. It goes. Now, one option is to use Marshall Plan to take Italy and France, but then that really only leaves us with blockade as a means for European control. So, what do we think? It also adds Turkey proximity to the Middle East. I mean, Purge Blockade's an option. They don't hold Purge this turn if they headline NORAD. If we take France, we could take Austria and then have a duck and cover realign on turn 1 with West Germany. I think that's just too pipe dreamy. So we will. I think we'll blandly go to space and try and score some points. That's nice. I'm relatively happy with that. Excuse me a moment. Yes. That's good. Good to get the NASA points. If they do play into France, we can fill Italy, obviously. I think I'm relatively content using US Japan to take South Korea, quid pro quo. And then we could hold Marshall Plan, of course, in case we get UN intervention next turn. Oh, well, that suggests no more scoring cards this turn. Didn't take France, interestingly. Still happy to give it up. I guess the issue is racing. Def gone down before Canada gets filled, of course. Doing that allows them to break South Korea automatically, doesn't it? So, maybe the thing to do is put one in Afghanistan and one in Korea. Nope. We want to keep Korea up. We'll play into Romania, forcing them to play into Pakistan. Make good use of a one-op card there. Want to put them under some pressure, I guess. And we've got Vietnam revolts. The issue, of course, of them going into Pakistan is if we coup it and they've got into a Pakistani war, they get a 50-50 crack and mill-ops. And denying the mill-ops would be nice this turn, certainly. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, they do have to keep loading ops into Canada to make use of NORAD as well, so in a way it's pleasing, right? It's going to cost them, because of the socialist government, it's going to cost them 6 ops in eventing NORAD and putting the influence in. So I want to just keep trying to put Matt under the hard decisions. So another one in Canada. Hey, still working it up. Tough choices, right? So we could. The choice of Marshall Plan is basically we need to first fill Italy, of course, and then it's then whether or not we use it to take non-battlegrounds for domination, or just take the opportunity to take France. With NORAD the way it is, I kind of like trying to hold it a bit longer. So I'm going to take Italy and put one in South Korea. Because then I can always use US, Japan to fill South Korea and put another one in Italy for safe measure. But we need to be vigilant about where they pop influence in if NORAD gets up to speed. Given that they could do the old break-in Truman. Truman Doctrine is kind of a key card now. When we can find out what's up with it, we can make a decision. Okay, that's certainly understandable. We'll give them Truman. We'll give them Marshall now on the understanding. I suppose we want to take Turkey and Portugal, don't we? Brush war is annoying, but access to the Middle East might prove useful. Oh, that also gives them Canada. The annoying. Maybe we don't need to do that just yet, right? So that's fine. Boring, but fine. But I was genuinely kind of perplexed / torn about what to do with Marshall, because taking the battlegrounds is great, but we're almost never going to control West Germany. But is almost never good enough? That's the question. I think maybe we resign ourselves AR6 to play Marshall Plan. I suppose the important thing is to also play into Syria to make sure we have Middle East presence so that they don't slam a quick 4 points there. We haven't seen defectors or NASA yet. And of course, they'll be looking for a fairly boring coup at some point. Okay, well that's good for us because now we can use Marshall Plan, take Syria, play into Turkey, Portugal. And in a way, they've already wasted their ops filling France and Canada. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but it'll do. In a way, I'm happy they spent a couple of ops they didn't know they wouldn't have had to have done, because they could have used them more efficiently elsewhere. And last up for them, if they don't want to hemorrhage points, is a coup on Iraq, I suppose. So at the moment, NORAD's only doing work in South Korea. So yeah, we'll see how the turn ends. Mm-hmm. Ah, the old event and coup it. So we'll get 2 VP and Mill Ops, but we don't get to keep Egypt. That's tragic. Defcon's 4. So Vietnam revolts, then duck and cover is alright. And if we get defected, it's annoying, but we'll live. If we've got defectors, we could do purge blockade, but without defectors and then 50-50 to hold it, I don't like it. So I like Vietnam, duck and cover into Thailand. And if they coup, we can respond. Shame about a lack of mill ops if that happens, but we just bagged an extra couple. So let's go Vietnam revolts. We probably want to event blockade, although Warsaw, D-Style, and Suez are still in the deck. They may get greedy and choose to contain instead of defect, because both of those are potentials. Either way, this specific gambit at least means that Asia is shored up nicely. Oh, do we get domination? Sneaky domination! The best kind! That is delicious. Nevertheless, we will take Thailand and move into Pakistan. And now they basically have to choose between taking Pakistan or cooing. Yeah. Well, hindsight is always 2020. So if they take Pakistan, we will coup Egypt. And if they split Korea, we've got the ops to have a decent ops war there, so ain't no thang. But I expect to see a coup in Iraq, and then if they do that, we can take Pakistan and India and hope they defend each other against Indo-Pakistani war. And that sets us relatively fair in Asia for another go around. Yep, okay. And your ops point into Korea. Okay. I know it's a scored region, but we do want to kind of get the ball rolling there. We've still got time to take Iraq and then potentially Saudi. I guess we also need to do a bit of work in Europe for the thing to come back round. Oh, here it is. Please miss the 5-6. Splendid. So we will take Afghanistan and set up a bit more influence in Europe. That was a fairly big 1 in 3 shot, which went in our favour. We'll probably So this headset decides that because I'm not talking to anyone, it will cut itself out, which is incredibly irritating. It doesn't know I'm talking to you. Space Formosa, event capture Nazi scientist, 5-year plan away blockade for maximum ops. Definitely a viable gambit, for sure. Still some shoring up to be done. Oh, I should note that I got 4 of the 5 4-op cards in the first 2 turns, which is disproportionately good. So acknowledge the variance gods, lest they strike me down for my hubris. And while Matt takes a turn, I will make another cup of tea. Top up. Oh, it says play your action round. I'm on the wrong side of the room. What a muppet. Hold on. Tea is definitely more important than diplomacy, people. Tea is literally diplomacy. Especially spousal diplomacy. There you go, my darling. Right. Back to it. Truman Doctrine is gone. That's nice to know. And the influence point went in Malaysia. Yeah, fine, okay. So Truman gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 battlegrounds actually. Maybe spacing Formosa isn't all that. Although we're still eventing captured Nazi, aren't we? One way or the other. So yeah, let's space Formosa. It fails. That's a shame. So now we'll event captured Nazi. The options are either, yeah, well, I suppose actually we might want to hold 5-year plan. Oh, we got Milops. Sick. Okay. We're going to event capture Nazi and event blockade and hold 5-year plan in case we get Middle East scoring. Because, of course, we are truly 50-50 for that to happen. In fact, slightly better than 50-50 because USSR always gets dealt the first card when you're dealing for turn. And if we can 5-year plan away Middle East, we're in pretty good shape, right? There's a bit of ops warring to be done in Europe to get domination. Suez and Warsaw, as well as D-Style and Containment, are in the deck. But I think blockading isn't shabby. Getting D-Style and the restuff will be important if we haven't got decol yet. Well, I'm glad we snagged some Milops there, because that was fairly clutch. Sadly, no play on you and intervention. Right, so we'll event blockade. And what I expect to see here is a tap on Thailand or Pakistan. Start getting some NORAD value. Decall to space. What was the blockade? Warsaw. Okay, so that's good because it means they don't get an opportunity to do anything on the turn. We got defectors. They got Middle East scoring. That's a shame. And they got D-Style. That's also a shame. So they got independent reds, Middle East scoring, D-Style, and Suez. So our lack of decol and D-Style is definitely going to hurt. And knowing that they are going to be able to pull back. Duck and cover, yep. Knowing they're going to be able to score Middle East is definitely annoying. But we can get a coup off this turn at least. With the Olympic Games on somewhere. So what are our headlines? Olympic Games is 1 and a bit VPs of equity. And it's probably the headline here. Yeah, Middle East scoring, of course. Let's please Russia win the Olympics. Ah! That is an unfortunate turn of events. A coup is the only option, of course. We need to get our Milops, but with Middle East score, we'll go for Panama. That'll have to do. And the score's a level. Now, within a Pakistani war in hands, at least we know we can... They can't get Milops for the turn. But we may have to space duck and cover. Holding 5-year plan looks alright. Containment on AR6. Truman is effectively costing us an op in Greece or Portugal. Space duck and cover. So, after the start of turn 2, when we were at 10 VP, I think Matt will feel fairly happy about how things have shaken out. Asia scoring is going to remain problematic for him. But Europe's only 1 VP. And we're chronically underdeveloped around the rest of the board. Okay, so we retake South Korea. Within the Pakistani war, we've got our Milops. I think AL6 containment. Oh, brilliant. That's nice. Nice. Right, space, duck and cover. Well done, Roscosmos. So we went from 10 to 0 to 10. Truman Doctrine, resolve event first. Nice to get that out the deck. I'm gonna pop it in Lao to shore up against Brush War. I think 1 VP in Europe's all we can hope for, so let's not get overexcited. I'm in two minds about Fidel. If we event Fidel and we get dealt CIA next turn with 5-year plan and grain sales, we're in a whole heap of trouble, aren't we? SocGov is fine that way. It will allow us to take Greece, having lost a bit of access there, which is good for us. So I might... It's only a disaster when you don't have Infidel and then they hit you with Cuban Missile Crisis. But if he doesn't tap Italy, I may event Fidel. Okay. Yeah. We'll event Fidel. Let's see if I put myself into a DEFCON suicide trap. Of course, an option is a 5-year plan away containment, but the hope is to chuck something way worse. Kitchen debates, Sadat, Panama, OAS if we can repair, Summit, any of my one-op cards as well. So I think it's being dealt CIA and Grain. If that happens, I guess that's bad luck. Duck and cover's gone. Yeah. I'm going to hold on to it. Risky business. But nothing in life is gained without taking risks. With containment, I'll probably put one in Pakistan, one in Thailand, and one in Greece. The issue is we're at 11 points, which is great. But with no development in the mid-war regions, it's hard to see where the other 10 points are coming from. So there's still a lot of road here, which we have to plow through. Okay. Cambridge 5. So we will ditch containment. Make Suez a 4-op card, which is neutral. Now playing into Greece is much less important because they don't dominate anyway. So, one in South Korea. So you're going to use Suez or your other card. So yeah, 11 is nice, but America has way more cards to access South America. It will very much come down to who gets the power cards. Even scoring card timing is less interesting. If we can be dealt decol in the reshuffle, that helps in Africa. D-style, of course. Jams it. Truman's gone, though. Central America's real nice. And we can space grain sales. So Central America probably is alright unless they junta and realign Cuba, which still gives us a coup. I'm inclined to go Central America scoring. If they voice America off the bat, we can use AR1 to repair that as well. And we'll be using 5-year plan on remaining abdication, I guess. So, let's do that. And of course, worst case scenario, they get ABM treaty. And do something with Italy / Cuba, depending on where they think they need to. Ah, just throws away a card. Okay, that's good for us. So grain sales, just going to plug in the rest of the hand. Comic-Con, Southeast Asia scoring, Romanian abdication, Jean-Paul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I missing? 5-year plan, emit, yeah. Willie, Or won't he? Okay. So that gets us up to 14. We can get up to 16 with Southeast Asia scoring, 17 with Willie, and then we're going to stall out. And now don't have any access to Africa. But we do have to deal with Italy, don't we? There's no doubt we have to. So let us overprotect it. And also shore up Iraq, because that's the place they're most likely to coup. Yep. We'll be spacing grain sales, repairing Jean Paul, 5-year planning Romanian abdication. We've got 2 spaces, of course. We might be able to get a mitt off. Although, are there lots of cards? We will bury you, I suppose. Yeah, there are lots of cards. Actually, a double space would be nice if we can get it. So I expect to see coup, play some influence. We space grain sales. If they don't space... We're actually hoping for the space to miss, aren't we? Because we can't then space emit. So this is one of the rare occasions where spacing grain sales and failing would be a bonus. Yeah, 0-point OPEC, the best kind. Ah, what a clear out. Respect. Afghanistan softens up Pakistan for brush war. Oh, another one in Italy. Okay. We'll space grain. Please miss. Splendid. Don't space. Nice, another VP. Every single one makes a difference right now. We'll space emit. It does succeed, which now binds us to playing Camp David, nuclear subs, puppet governments, Voice of America, Nixon, Formosa, colonial rear guards. That isn't great, but we will live with it, as we must. Since Willy Brandt's a VP either way, we'll put the 2 into Burma. Lipsy's gone. No, it's not in my hand, sunshine. Yeah, up to date. Okay, so we will pop 2 in Burma. Yep. That's not necessarily brilliant, but we'll take it. That gets us to 17, dropping back to 15 after Milops. So we're still scrambling to find 5 VP. Basically, at least with South America dropping, we're trying to find 5 VP before they do something in Africa before us. If we can somehow score Africa for very little, right? That's kind of the clutch thing. If we can score Africa for very little, we can wait for the reshuffle to some extent, and then just hope scoring card timing favors us. Happier targeting the UK, even though NATO's not in, than Israel. Because with Camp David and the like, Israel and the Middle East is kind of a done deal for now, unless we get Muslim Rev. So we'll see. We need to remember to shore up Italy. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So Southeast Asia scoring drops for 2. Event and repair John Paul. 5-year plan away remain in abdication. Shore up Italy. And Africa will be a problem that needs to be solved. But if we can crack it, we're laughing. I mean, there's, again, do we keep 5-year plan, right? No, yeah, so at the moment, CIA now is back to being not problematic. So do we hold 5-year plan to ditch Africa scoring if we get it? Maybe we do. And now we can't space 2 VP cards. 5-year plan actually finds a way of disposing them for slightly more value. So yeah, maybe I just play Romanian abdication into Italy for a bland extra piece of cover. But things like We Will Bury You, Arms Race, Cultural Revolution, U2 may be our ticket to trying to get over the top in VPs. Definitely We Will Bury You with UNI gone. Oh, but that's a lot of operations points. Yeah, so they'll be pressing for presenceless control. I absolutely think that we hold 5-year plan now. So if we get dealt Africa scoring, we can deal with it. And their AR7, they'll play into Cameroon and Saharan states, which would be the savvy thing to do for sure. So we'll go Romanian abdication 1 into Italy to finish our turn and hold 5-year plan. Drop to 15. Africa's going to be clutch. Takes the China card, okay. That's not unreasonable. The power cards are still out there, remember, so things like ABM Treaty are going to be fairly big. If we get dealt CIA, we have a problem, of course, holding 5-year plan and not holding the China card. But we may have to space 5-year plan. Grain sales is gone, so hand shortening's less of a concern. But yeah, Africa scoring is going to be a solid question mark. Defectors is out, so we can Quagmire, of course. And if we do get bear trapped, it's another way to dispose of 2 op cards now they can't in space. But yeah, there's still a sizable question mark hanging over the board, roughly shaped like Africa. Ma. Prego. Okay, I need to go and have a look at what that is, because I'm pouring tea again. Story of my life. So, it's the last visit to the teapot. So we did get CIA, Lone Gunman, We Will Bury You. Amazing. But we did get Quagmire as well. Nice. We will bury you. Is there another way to make a point? Spacing, shuttle diplomacy, and 5-year plan. I think that has to be our play, right? And we need to hope they don't have Africa scoring. Oh, and we get headline peaking as well. What did they do at the end of their turn? That's also worth knowing. Gave us a VP and just put stuff in Africa. Okay. Colonial Rear Guards. Okay, this is fine. So Wheelberry is definitely the headline, right? Yeah. But let's plug the rest of the hand in. 5-year plan. Lone Gunman Formosa. Quagmire. Shuttle Dip. Sadat. And Lone Gunman and CIA. We will bury you. 19 VP. So we've got a 50-50 space to end it, which we can take at any point. So is there an advantage to ditching CIA? They don't know we have it. Ah, there is, because if we try spacing shuttle diplomacy and they do something to give us influence in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now if they give us. 11 VP in Africa would be a disaster, but such is life. If they don't have it, they don't have it. Now, if they do something that gives us influence, we can't be DEFCON suicided by CIA. So there is that going for us. We can Quagmire to end Canada, but basically, if they don't play Africa scoring, our first job is to space and try and win the game there. Scoring cards are Summit. Brushwall wouldn't do enough, I guess. Arms Race wouldn't, because they wouldn't quite have met the DEFCON as well. Alliance of Progress is scoring 0. And all of the. Yeah, so at the moment, Africa's the only massive scoring card. So as long as they don't play Africa scoring, we will have our shot at space. So Matt will probably just take Lao Cambodia here. And then it all comes down to whether or not they're holding Africa scoring. Because all of the other cards have dropped them to 17 and space for 50-50 hits us for 20. So Africa scoring is the only way to guarantee avoiding the 50-50 space ending the game. Boo! Well, such is life. The game rolls on. We're still in reasonable shape. We will take Burma to make sure we keep country count high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, China card can't do too much damage except in North Korea. And then we've got some ops warring we can do there. Well, that's a real shame. That's a real shame. And with no Muslim Rev, Middle East is a bit of a pig too. Well, that will lengthen the game considerable. Car to space. Now they run the risk of once more stepping us. We will have to take the shuttle diplomacy space. Come on, Roscosmos. You would have won it for us. Respect. Those cosmonauts have done their job. So one small step's now annoying, but not expensive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can definitely event Formosa. They're holding the China cards. So shore up North Korea. The question is, on turn 6, if we now hold 5-year plan. I don't think we do anymore. I think we can 5-year plan away Lone Gunman for maximum value. But we want to event Quagmire AR7, so shut my mouth. So Formosa cover North Korea, Brezhnev for ops, Lone Gunman for ops, Quagmire. Okay, you can keep loading up Africa. There's not really a lot I can do about it there. So, and other op in Greece to cover Italy against Brush War. And we're now 5-5. So playing into Austria at some point looks alright. And Quagmire cancelling NORAD will be very helpful to us. I suppose getting missile envid is annoying. That might be a reason to event Quagmire earlier in the turn. If we were to get missile envid and 5-year plan was forced to be given up. So yeah, maybe we AR6 Quagmire, which then gives us the option of 5-year planning Lone Gunman. Normally you'd want a Quagmire AR7, but it's still a loss of tempo, regardless of when we play it on the turn. And most importantly, it gets rid of Quagmire. Yeah, okay. It's one of your access cards. I should not be surprised. So, we'll Brezhnev first, right? No. Yeah? And then if they... No. Okay, if we Brezhnev and they missile envy us, we give them 5-year plan, it's a 50-50 hit on Quagmire. We're going to Quagmire them this turn. It's not as good for tempo, but it's certainly better than getting dumped on later on, I think. We're going to go for speculative realigns in South America over the Europe Gambit. Good start. Be good, be good, be good. Well done, Russia. My goodness. Well, it's all coming up Millhouse so far. The Africa thing is a nightmare, but everything else has gone great. So if they missile envy us, we lose the turn. They didn't do that, which is fine. So we will put 2. 1. Yeah, that's it gives a mill-op target, doesn't it? Gain 2 influence in South Africa. Although we're going to be giving them a mill-op target anyway. Has Warsaw Pact not been discarded, or has that been reshuffled back in? Yeah. How am I doing? 30-22. 30-22. Well, it includes South Africa, though. What have I missed? Colonial Rear Guards. That's the card I missed. Tracking? That's fine. So we'll 5-year plan away. Lone Gunman. And we will coup, forcing them to coup if they don't want to give up the mill-ops. Okay. Oh, that's a bucket load of tea I've drunk. Whew. So, serious work needed on Africa so that we don't suffer that again. The Middle East is bad, and the Americas are kind of a fairly big fulcrum for what will happen in the late war. We've gotten rid of our DEFCON suicide card at least, although we can't space grain sales. So that's annoying. Big 4-op coup on a non-battleground. And now, hilariously, we get Hunter, but there's no way to use it efficiently. Kitchen debates. Salt. Peck. Warsaw. Ask not. Puppet. Flower power. So ABM and Missile MV still in the deck. What's our 9th? Cuban Missile Crisis. So Hunter doesn't drop DEFCON, which is very annoying. And the neat lining up of Africa is actually very sassy, because it means there's not a great deal we can do. Brush War and Arab-Israeli War are still in the deck. Flower Power is not really worth the event, I don't think. What could we salt that's nice, I guess, is the question. Muslim Rev, Sokgav, OPEC's worthless. D-Style. How about salting D-Style? We don't have a ton of influence to move around, but anything's better than nothing. So Missile MV will take sour power. Sour power, yeah, I'm sour. But salt will trigger before that. So let's Cuban Missile Crisis, meaning they then can't coup with flower power to get mill-ops. And then AR1 we can repair how they use it. Yep. That's not good, but it's fine. Any onslaught in Asia can be immediately repaired with Missile MV, which is handy. So it's something of an exploratory flower power, isn't it? Well, despite the scoreline being above 10 for most of the game, it's not settled. But I do like salting D-Star, because I think that will... If we can race DEFCON back down, it will definitely help settle the Americas, which swings more of the board in my favour. NASA may still get us into Egypt, so Muslim Revolution is another key card. What are the red cards left in the deck? Che, Arab-Israeli War, IND, and Decol. Once we've seen Decol, I'm fine using Ask Not for operations points, because there's not really a great deal of stuff to worry about. Oh, sassy wee tap. But at the end of the day, Missile Envy repairs it, so it's no big deal. And if they tap it again, we've got Warsaw Pact. We can just punt all that influence out. So if they want an Ops War on Poland, I'm fine them bringing it. So the big issue with Salt D-Style is that they will get a coup on Thailand, but we'll still be up 4-3 in Battlegrounds if that does happen. The issue is that we won't have domination. Okay, so with Decod Space, Arsenal is now eminently playable towards the end of their turn. So, Salt D-Style. Let's do it. Get DEFCON back down to the ground. They coup Thailand. We coup Nigeria. God, Voice of America is still in the deck. That poses a significant risk to us. Oof. So we'll use Warsaw Pact to load up Thailand. And if they want another coup, this time on Iraq, they can do that because we can still get Milops, I guess. But Puppet Governments is the unplayable card in our hand for sure. Even giving up 2 VP with Kitchen Debates is annoying but necessary. I guess the upshot of D-Style is it forces them to use VOA. $12 in the draw pile. And if they don't have it, we have time to shore up. No! Aboo! Ugh. Okay. We will give them our snot. Annoying, but we're gonna. And now if they want to use the China card, they also give up Formosa. And if they coup, we can use Kitchen Debates to shore it up again. So worst case scenario, they lose Allende here. yeesh. A mid-turn Arsenal is annoying, but actually, it'll be interesting to see how much they give up, given how blue the deck is. I think the issue is we give them another crack at things like Brush War. Che, how I learned Nixon. Okay. So if they coup Iraq, we'll fill Thailand again. If they China card flip Thailand, we'll coup Nigeria with Portuguese Empire crumbles. Then we'll D-style. Ugh. Ay caramba. That's a lot of VPs. Yeah, we want the Millops. Wah wah. So we'll D-style, make them have it, and then we can always use Hunter to play back in. Ooh, very nice. They didn't get the 1 VP, but they can discard a held card. Let's make them have it. 1, 2, 3. 4, leaving 1 in South Africa, and we'll go Chile, Venezuela. Oh no, wait, we'll go. With Hunter, we don't need to. Maybe I'll take both out of South Africa. We're not using the adjacency. That's probably safer. Make him have it. So the reshuffle's coming and Africa is still in a bad way. That's problematic for us. Matt's done well hanging on, though. Very nicely done. He doesn't have it. Nice. Okay. So we'll go kitchen debates 1 into Thailand. And see if they want to have another realign attempt. Not getting trapped always makes me feel good. So this game will hinge on whether or not we can clean up Africa and whether or not I get access to South America first. Being dealt VOA might be important. Even if I can't space it, I might be able to control it. But the scoreline is dropping. I can feel the temperature plummeting under my feet. Gonna have another crack. Miss. Ah, boo. What's your held card? Allende. Okay, let's apportion the cards first. We did get VOA, which is handy, I guess. VOA, nuclear subs. Lads. NATO. Brush War, sick. Decol, nice. Okay, so they got 0 VP Alliance, East European RS, Camp David, Panama. They've used one small step, I saw that. Way to track cards, dude. So re-add the discards, and we got Decol and Korean War. So I guess first up is a brush war. Is it a brush war? I think brush war or Decol, I guess. They may have been redealt defectors, of course, but we don't know for sure. I guess Decol is better because we can cause some mischief and then have a coup, and we've still got brush war for later in the turn. Let's go brush war. Brush war Decol. Decol is fine. Not sure it's great mine. I'm not sure it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. They've got Arab-Israeli War and Camp David Accords, I think, so we're very likely to see Camp David before Arab-Israeli. But if we can take Saudi and Iraq and brush war Libya, the Middle East is leveled up, so PCR, yep. So coup Venezuela or junta Venezuela. The problem is it's a 2-op coup. So let's coup Venezuela big style. Whoa, it's a good thing we did. Oh, well, we got our Millops. Scoring card timing is going to be really big in this late war. Ugh. Goes for it. Oh, no. Yep. Good work all round. So I guess we are going to take Panama. And if they play into Colombia, we can go to Venezuela, coup Colombia. He knows we've got Junta. It's a known card. So moving into Colombia would be an error. Oh, but that's a great play. Nicely done. Got greedy, I suppose. So we'll load up Central America. Next on the menu. Oh, Africa's still so horribly problematic. Blah, blah, blah. Right, with South America scored, getting into Mexico with Junta, I suppose, is let's do it now. Then puppet governments is less of a concern if... Oh, good. I suppose it doesn't matter. The mill ops are nice. Yeah. Okay. So I guess the question is, do we want to brush that? Yeah, we probably do. Be good. Well done, Russia. You have been so good to me this game. I suppose the problem is we have to event puppet government, so Guatemala, Nicaragua, Haiti come in. Yeah, more realigns. Sensible. We've got Hunter to shore up, so we'll go nuclear subs now. So I think of the four cards in their hand, they've got Alliance, 0, East European Unrest, which they'll be holding for late war, and Camp David. So here comes a coup. So we'll now Hunter realign. We're going to get +1 there. So let's realign Costa Rica first. Splendid. We'll gamble on Panama. Yes. Well done, Hunter. Do you have Central America scoring? That would be pretty huge. I think probably he fears I've got it. Could really do with you an intervention to get rid of Voice of America. Still cooing. Please miss. Well, that's a big hit. Well, now at least, if they go Nicaragua, Haiti, we can coup one of the places with puppet governments. And then we can try and do something about Central America as well. But we're all right. They've got a space as well. Space for 4. Okay, so they're playing the late war final scoring move now. And with the ability for them to coup a battleground, let's just do our own loading up of Central America, I guess. Yeah. So East European Unrest and one unknown card. It's not Central America scoring. We've probably twigged that much. But will they take a massive coup on Panama? And will Central America scoring / war games drop before Africa? Those are the kind of key questions. Miss. Well done, NASA. So we know they hold East European Unrest, which they will not discard. So Europe's in a fragile state, as per. Asia scoring's real nice. Solidarity in our hand is good. Socialist governments is nice. It comes out of East Europe, though. Socialist governments against East European unrest. Iran-Iraq war, maybe. That's pretty juicy in the Middle East, because that could cause a lot of adjacency issues and score more VPs. Got time to Aldrich Ames. We could even self-trap to remove VOA, but I don't necessarily like that a lot. With the late war cards added, it's really hard to tell what they've got. So, if they East European unrest, the advantaged socialist governments over. We can do Iran Iraq anytime. So let's do socialist governments. That is worth 0 VP. Perplexing. Aldrich. Pershing. I'm just going to plug my hand in to make sure I don't completely frig it up. Iran Iraq. Bear Trap Summit. Solidarity. And Asia scoring. I'm trying to work out what the implications are. I think we just drop Asia scoring now while we're guaranteed to hold it, right? Because if they do anything, they get a coup on Panama, but it has to be a big one. All right, let's do maths. 15 for Asia scoring. 17, 18. Summit's an option. 1, 2, 3. We're +1 with Summit. Oh, the card timing here is really weird. I mean, we can get to 20. I suppose the advantage is we've still got time to deal with all this. So, and they need to do something about Europe, otherwise we can take a coup. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. They need to take Laos and Taiwan and flip something. So I guess Asia isn't an issue. But we're going to get mill-ops with Iran-Iraq war and South America's not scoring. Okay. Coup Mexico with Pershing, giving up a mill-op, but denying them, or at least making them work for it. That'll do. And it's the good result. At least the dice have been kind to us this game. So they can East European unrest, but we can repair it. And we want to drop Asia scoring like it's hot. And they don't know we're holding Asia scoring. That came in the reshuffle. No problem not discarding. But problems with the rear lines. So we definitely drop Asia scoring now. Right? Yeah. Before anything can go horrifically wrong. Event Iran-Iraq war next? Or do we event Aldrich? Yeah, okay. Going influence now. Repair. Fine. Do we go Aldrich? Because then we can always take something off them and we can do a Iran-Iraq war later, yeah. What do you got? Oh, well, they didn't have East European unrest anyway, so that shows how well I tracked. Nixon is the card to remove by virtue of the fact all the rest are. So let's just do the rest. Nixon is gone. Marine barracks bombing, liberation theology, Ortega, which at least isn't a DEFCON suicide card for them, and Comic Con. Yeah. So we will not be eventing Summit, for the avoidance of doubt. We will be putting one in Poland and then two in Poland with Solidarity and spacing Bear Trap. Please miss. No, NASA did the job that time. But we'll event Iran-Iraq War. Be good. Oh, boo. On the other hand, we very much had it our way for a long time, so let's not be too grumpy. So event and repair Solidarity and space Bear Trap is our turn. Iranian hostage crisis is still in the deck. So we don't want to take stuff out of Iran. And that denies them access to Lebanon. Although we're going to let them have it straight back. Ooh. We do want a space bear trap, and we really want to hope it hits. Because being able to ditch VOA would be a delight. Yeah. Okay. One summit into Poland. Ready for Solidarity. Mm-hmm. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Get some mill-ops. Sensible. And we can't do a lot about it right now because we have other things to shore up. Portuguese Empire crumbles will give us a 1 VP worth of presence in Southeast African states. Let's not clamour too much. Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Roscosmos to the Gulag. I really wanted to discard Voice of America, you know. So turn 9, the question is, what comes first? Ooh. Let's make you coup Nicaragua again. That is technically his clock too. But that's always a boring way to win. A space of AWACS and a one small step. One small step gets us 2 VP anyway, so. The Reformer, and we've got Warsaw to clear out. I think the Reformer's good, yeah. Yeah, and we've still got Warsaw Pact if something weird happens in. Yeah. Okay, Cal just drops DEFCON. We'll take Lebanon just to make their life a little harder. They now need to take Jordan. The Reformer's nice there, of course. We will hold VOA again. We are going to space AWACS because we do want to try and discard a hold card. If AWACS fails, we use Colonial Rearguards begrudgingly and make sure Thailand's shored up. Oh, I just used Warsaw Pact. That was stupid of me. Ugh, so much attention paying. Okay. Yeah, space AWACS. Success. And now we can one small step and take 8 action rounds. Not that we're gonna. Oh, we can discard a held card. Oh no, wait, we denied them the ability to do it, right? I'm being stupid. Yeah, pushing for VPs. I'm gonna keep making them think I have. Yeah, it's the first time I've made it to the space station in quite a long while. Shame I've got a whole bunch of garbage cards that I won't get the benefit of it. I think we'll loan gunmen before terrorism because if they're holding Central America scoring and we terrorize them before looking, I would be cheesed. Still scoring 0 VP. OPEC has been functionally useless all game. So lone gunman, he has got it. Clutch. Star Wars also becomes useless. So we definitely don't want to terrorize him. So yep, that's fine. So the one op is going in Iraq to soften the blow of Middle East scoring. Mm-hmm. Lots of shoring up. Coup counter coup, yada yada yada. And we obviously won't be taking 8 action rounds because we've got VOA. So, having built a station in space, it's not like we're using it. Oi, that's desperate. Panama, of course. Sensible. Please miss. Oh, no! Woof! Okay, so we move into Costa Rica to threaten to retake Panama. But that's just lopped 3 VP off the score, right? Nice work. That's efficient use of 2 ops. Oh, what? That's gross. Okay, so we've got 2 ops. We go terrorism, 1 Mexico, 1 Costa Rica, and he decides if he's going to have another go at realigning or save 3 VP. Yep, sensible. And we will event colonial rearguards first. Yeah, Thailand. That's fine. And the other one, we will pop in Iran, Saudi, because if we can coup Libya and take Saudi, we can level up the Middle East. They're going to get Milops somewhere this turn, I guess. Brezhnev. They should probably... Well, yeah, Brezhnev is good, right? Get it out the hand before turn 10. They can't use Star Wars. So they could tap Poland and play into West Germany to level up Europe. That's another option. But they're going to take the Milops. That's sensible. Interesting. I would have gone for Guatemala. I suppose it, to some extent, doesn't matter. I don't want to... Can't discard it, right? So... War games. So Africa scoring is the only thing that can prevent war games here. So we want to go how I learned to drop DEFCON to 2 for war games. Uh, 3 VP cards in the deck. Duck and cover. Oh! No, don't want to take a coup, do I? Just want to get on with it. Yeah? Yeah. Of course, I've got nothing to space, so North Sea oil. Oh, I've got grain sales. Ugh. Gross. That's fine. DEFCON 2. And then... we'll go South African unrest, 2 into the Middle East, ready to Iranian hostage crisis and Muslim Rev. Uh, Glasnost, Culture Revolution, Willy Brand all give us VPs. We'll definitely go into Panama. Tear for influence. Okay. The Iranian hostage crisis is a nice flip. So we'll be able to use Muslim Rev to dominate the Middle East in the end game. Allende to break South America control at some point, although of course they'll get 8 action rounds. That's worth doing, even in a pinch. The result is unfortunate. What do we want to do first? Yeah, North Sea oil, retake Central America. Get ready for VOA to cause a bit of havoc here and there. Let's overprotect Poland as well. OPEC's gone. Ain't no thang. We'll hold on to war games as long as possible just to see if we can eke a VP. Star Wars for influence by America. Nothing sadder to see, eh? Should we do Voice of America now? Yeah, because we can play back into Costa Rica. Let's give it up. See what misery ensues, and seek to repair. Still got time to go into Allende to break South America. We won't be having an AR8 because it's grain sales. So they can retake Iran. But the joke's on them because we have Muslim Revolution. That was lucky for us, I guess. Allende for access. Ooh. Pretty big. I mean, with 2 ARs, Europe should win here, right? Gain Africa, break dominations in all the other regions. And then Matt and I can negotiate about whether or not we stick it down as a time loss, which is boring, but them's the rules. That's a good start. Hmm. So let's see how he did. Does he do enough? Oh, would have been. Let's just check the ITSL rankings and make sure neither of us is set for the playoffs. Come on. ITSL rankings. EMEA. Not the playoffs. I want to see the standings. Come here. He's even worse off than I am. I mean, 12 minutes over the clock is a lot of time. And as boring as it is to claim the win on time. Yeah, 10 and 7 and 1 is on the cusp of the playoffs. Yeah. Well, interesting. Little chit chat in the text. So anyway, I mean, it's a boring way to claim a victory, but of course, you know, if we had been playing after the clock, I may have war games for the draw and all. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. I mean, obviously, this is a US win on paper with no clock, but I will bag the USSR win because rules are rules. It's a 60-minute clock. No one can argue that I'm trying to unjustly steal a win. Um, the important thing is it might have playoff implications, which is kind of the reason I'm taking it as much as anything. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know how the game could have played out, because obviously that was a good narrow US victory in the face of a lot of onslaught from the USSR. Um, space was a serious problem. Holding low op cards all that time was a bit of a nightmare. So yeah. But anyway, lots of fun. Always good to play, Matt. And I'll see you for another one at some point soon. Until then, goodbye for now, and I will see you soon. Bye.